The metaphorical gift of insanity, a spiritual perspective on suffering. The duality of suffering and spiritual gifts. Throughout history, people have searched for meaning in their suffering, particularly in times of grief, trauma, and emotional turmoil. Some interpret these moments as divine tests, karmic retributions, or spiritual burdens placed upon them by ancestors or unseen forces. In some traditions, suffering is seen as necessary for enlightenment, while in others, it is regarded as a punishment for unresolved spiritual imbalances. The idea that insanity can be a gift is a sick irony, a form of spiritual unrest that drags individuals deeper into confusion, paranoia, and despair. But are these experiences truly meant to destroy, or is there a deeper meaning to them? Is there a way to navigate such turmoil without falling into destruction? In this article, we explore the various interpretations of suffering as a spiritual phenomenon, analyzing its origins, the role of karmic influences, and the psychological effects that intertwine with spirituality. Karmic influence and ancestral ties. Are we doomed by the past? Many spiritual traditions teach that suffering may be inherited from previous generations or linked to past actions. Karma, often misunderstood as simple cause and effect, is believed to be the energetic residue of one's deeds that carries forward, impacting future experiences. Some believe that individuals may suffer due to unresolved issues from their ancestors, experiencing hardships as a form of spiritual repayment. The burden of ancestral wrongs. In many indigenous and mystical traditions, ancestors play an active role in the spiritual lives of their descendants. Some cultures practice rituals to honor and seek blessings from ancestors, while others warn of consequences that arise when ancestral ties are neglected. For individuals suffering from unexplained distress, whether in the form of paranoia, insomnia, or visions, the idea that their ancestors are displeased or attempting to teach them a lesson can be a chilling thought. Practices such as ancestral healing rituals, forgiveness ceremonies, or even personal reflection on family patterns may offer pathways to understanding and mitigating the influence of past generations. Karmic lessons or unjust punishment. If karma is the force that dictates spiritual cause and effect, does this mean that suffering is always deserved? Some traditions hold the view that karmic lessons serve as a means for soul growth, pushing individuals to evolve. However, others see it as an unfair form of punishment, placing unnecessary burdens on people who may be struggling with grief or trauma. Philosophers, spiritual leaders, and mental health professionals often debate the nature of karma and whether suffering should be accepted or resisted. If karmic debts exist, do they automatically translate into mental illness or emotional distress? How can someone break free from a cycle of inherited suffering? Mental health and spirituality, the thin line between insight and madness. The intersection of spirituality and mental health is one of the most complex areas of human experience. Many individuals report feeling deeply connected to higher realms during episodes of extreme distress, while others experience hallucinations, paranoia, and delusions that make them question reality. What separates a genuine spiritual experience from a mental health crisis? Paranoia and the fear of unseen forces. For those who believe they are spiritually gifted or cursed, paranoia often sets in when unexplained phenomena occur. Some claim to receive messages from unseen forces, while others describe sensations of being watched or manipulated by external energies. While these experiences can be meaningful to some, for others, they spiral into fear and confusion. The fear of curses, hauntings, or karmic retribution can be overwhelming. Without proper grounding, individuals may fall into cycles of deep anxiety, unable to distinguish between spiritual insight and emotional turmoil. Medication, a barrier or a lifeline. One of the most controversial topics in the discussion of spirituality and mental health is the role of psychiatric medication. Many believe that medications dull spiritual sensitivity, cutting off one's ability to perceive higher realms. Others argue that psychiatric treatment provides much-needed balance for individuals who experience extreme distress. For some, medication is a form of spiritual suppression, preventing them from accessing their intuitive abilities. For others, it is a means of survival, helping them regain control over their thoughts and emotions. The debate between medication and spiritual awareness continues to be deeply divisive, with individuals seeking solutions that work for their unique circumstances. Paths to healing and protection, navigating spiritual chaos without falling apart. Despite the unsettling nature of these so-called gifts, many spiritual practices emphasize protection, healing, and transformation. The goal is not to reject suffering, but to understand its purpose and redirect it toward growth. Recognizing patterns and breaking cycles. Many who experience deep emotional turmoil find that their suffering follows repetitive patterns. These may be tied to unresolved wounds, generational traumas, or negative energy attachments. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward healing. Instead of seeing suffering as a punishment, individuals can approach it as an opportunity for insight. For example, someone who repeatedly experiences paranoia may discover that their fears stem from unresolved trauma rather than external forces. By acknowledging this, they can take steps to reframe their experiences. Protective rituals and energy cleansing. Various cultures and traditions offer practices for spiritual protection. Some believe in using crystals, herbal remedies, and energy-clearing rituals to dispel negative forces. Others turn to prayer, meditation, or ancestral offerings to seek balance. Finding a protective method that resonates with the individual is crucial in reclaiming power over one's experience. Whether spiritual distress arises from karmic debts, mental health struggles, or grief, there are ways to realign and find peace. Can chaos lead to growth? The idea of insanity as a gift challenges conventional understandings of spiritual experiences. It raises questions about fate, karmic justice, and the influence of ancestors or external forces. Can suffering be reframed as a path toward transformation? Can individuals experiencing turmoil find meaning rather than destruction?